Okay, huge warm welcome to our viewers and listeners for the latest episode of Thinking Out Cloud. And Stephen, they've given us a mic each, which is great. It's our time to shine and talk about biz apps. Okay, so an introduction for those who don't know me. I'm Brad Martin, the Dynamics 365 and Power Platform lead here at Ingram Micro. I've been here 3 years now, but I've been in the Dynamics 365 game for getting on for a decade now, which is seems a long time. A lot of product development in that time. You can call me Biz Apps Brad. That's one of my nicknames. And pineapple does belong on a pizza, and chocolate has to be in the fridge for me.
Thanks for the intro, Brad. And I'm Steve Jones. Obviously, work within the Dynamics 365 and Power Platform space as a partner development manager. Been here at Ingram Micro for 6 months. So very new to it all. Previous experience within managed service providers, but didn't specialise in biz apps at all. So it's been a steep learning curve, but a really, really good one. So I am the complete opposite to you. Pineapple does not belong on pizza, and chocolate definitely not in the fridge either.
Well, there you go. That's a lot about Ingram Micro. We cater for everybody.
Yes.
But you mentioned you're from a modern work background. Now, me too. Okay, and that's what really helped me understand Dynamics 365 and Power Platform when I got into this space. It was kind of the missing part of the jigsaw for me, having dealt with modern work and Azure. This was kind of like the third in the holy trinity of Microsoft Cloud, and it really did, like I say, was the last piece of the puzzle.
All fits into place nicely.
Let's probably just go over our roles a little bit just to help the viewers and listeners understand what we do day to day. So whether you have a practice already in Dynamics 365 and Power Platform, we help you with your strategy. We're here to support you, in education, any events that you'd like to do. And like I say, that strategy piece really is quite key, isn't it, to help those partners keep growing and to be the support in their corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you have no experience within the biz app space, that's what you have to rely on us for. You have to lean on partner development managers to be able to educate your sales staff and enable them to have the conversation with end customers. I certainly have used PDMs in the past personally from previous roles, and I've got on really well with them. So
brilliant. Yep, absolutely. So whether you're an established practice like that, or you'd like to build a practice now, whether that's a practice from scratch, or whether you're an MSP that wants to create a diverse revenue stream for yourself and want to put some money into that area. Over the last 12 months, we've helped support clients that are in the first 2 years of the biz apps game through our key partners, 365 Talent Portal, who are absolutely fantastic in delivering that Build a Practice course. That went very well, and the legacy of that still lives on, doesn't it? When you start a practice, it's all about, finding your niche, who do you want to sell to? What does good look like in terms of targets? How do you need to structure your resource for delivering projects? And I think that's one thing about Dynamics 365 that I've found, that the successful partners really have focused on a niche industry, whether that be in, manufacturing or professional services, NFP. We have partners that that make good margin and a good success in all of those areas. So I think one tip from me that I've seen how to run a successful practice is find your niche quite early, and branch out into that niche. It gives
run with it.
Yeah, run with it. Yeah, it gives you a really, and sometimes you can just stumble over that. You can have a couple of customers in construction, and then all of a sudden, when you're tendering for other new projects, it's actually, we know a bit about construction. We can bring a lot to the table here, and you just kind of branch out from there, which is amazing. But it's the MSPs really that we want to talk to today, because there is a lot of Dynamics 365 and Power Platform opportunities in your base at the moment that Stephen and I can really help uncover, can't we? And there's various tools that we use to do that, isn't there?
Yeah, for sure. Well, one thing just to add on to that point is that if MSPs aren't having that conversation with their end customer base, somebody else will be.
Yeah,
without doubt, somebody
Very
else
true.
will be having that conversation with your customers. So that leaves you a little bit open to them taking over other parts of their estate, whether that's Azure subscriptions or if that's modern work licenses, or even just the support contracts that you have for managing their general day-to-day IT. So this is where the P2P comes into I suppose effect. We have trusted partners that we use. They will not go after other parts of your estate, but I'm sure we'll go into more detail on that.
Partner friendly.
Exactly.
Yes.
We'll go into a bit more detail about that a little later on. But your question was around the data, how to target your customers.
Yeah, just tools that we can help, to start uncovering some of those, whether it's something that they want to deliver themselves, or, like you say, choose a partner from the Ingram ecosystem. Like you say, we've got most industries, geographies, number of users covered. But yeah, what are some of the tools that we use day to day to help uncover some target customers?
Yeah, so the first thing that springs to mind there is class data, or Cloud Ascent data is the official title for it. And essentially this is a report that you can pull from within Partner Center, and it will give your a list of customers and a propensity score. Of
big words.
Yes, exactly. So that's essentially their attitude or aptitude to buy certain products within the Microsoft ecosystem. So doesn't cover just BizApps or Business Central. It will go through everything from modern work licenses, Azure subscription, etc. And it pulls data from general web searches on the likes of Bing, and through their Microsoft tenant. It will give you a score, high, medium, low, of if you should target them. And we're not saying that it has to be a call out day, but maybe you should start using marketing emails to
start nurturing them.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Microsoft's kind of highest level of priority is act now, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So wherever we see an act now, we'd like you to start talking to that customer. And like you say, another big word, algorithms.
Yes.
Don't ask me to spell it though.
Yeah.
So the algorithms that Microsoft used, that, like you say, that would identify a customer where you need to act now on, like you mentioned there, some searches. Maybe some of their staff have been searching new ERP systems online, or CRM systems. I think that's quite key. First of all, with MSPs, to break down what Dynamics 365 is.
Yes.
Accountancy systems, CRM systems, line of business apps that are the heartbeat of your customers. And I think that sometimes the focus has been kind of not on that for too long. And 40% of a customer's spend are in these areas. So the time for sleeping on these now is over. We have to act. And recent announcement from Microsoft, we're now part of the modern work family, aren't we, Stephen? So we're under one umbrella name now, aren't we, as AI Business Solutions?
Absolutely. Integrating Copilot, Modern Work, and Business Central. So yeah,
absolutely.
Good move. AI Business Solutions is our focus.
Yes, so we've always felt a little bit like the poor relation in Dynamics 365, but now we feel part of the family. So it's a great time for MSPs to start focusing on that. Stop leaving that money on the table, and we'll help you whether you fit into any of the categories we spoke about already. But that class data refreshes itself every 30 days, so we'll help you, start a conversation, with that customer,
and hopefully build a successful, healthy pipeline of opportunities throughout all of the Microsoft suite.
Absolutely. Customers want to grow, we want to grow, we've got the same North Star, let's work together, and let's get those opportunities going. Brilliant. So moving on to some hot off the press news in our world, and there is a brand new announcement literally this week to do with Bridge to the Cloud, isn't there?
Yes. So Bridge to the Cloud 2 is, as you're probably all aware, ending from the 31st of December 2025.
Yes.
So that means any of your customers who use on-prem NAV, AX systems, unfortunately, will not be eligible past the 31st. However, there is Bridge to the Cloud 3, which is coming out from the 1st of January. So they've Microsoft have covered it off quite nicely. There are some changes, little changes within the two promotions. So we're all aware of the 40% discount on the 3-year license term.
Yep.
That's been reduced to 30% for, again, another 3-year term.
Yep.
But a really, really good incentive, regardless, to get your customers migrating to Business Central SaaS.
Absolutely, I agree with that. And like you say, it's gone from 40% to 30%. The first revision of Bridge to Cloud was 60%. So, yeah, we are. So those that acted early, well done to you, because obviously you took advantage of the greatest amount of discount. But yeah, probably not a great kept secret that Bridge to Cloud 3 was going to come. We were expecting something,
yes.
But now, like you say, contact us, reach out to us, see what the eligibility is. So first and foremost, you have to have your BizApps designation status to take advantage of that, 70 points or more.
So and that's a full solutions designation.
That's a full solutions designation. Okay. Yeah, there's some other announcements which we'll talk about. Points mean prizes, don't they?
They do.
There are some eligibility, very small changes in the eligibility criteria. So a lot of the criteria stays the same. So have you got an enhancement plan that's active? That's the first one for your on-premise environment. So first and foremost, the Bridge to Cloud 3 covers ERP and CRM products, not just Great Plains, Solomon and NAV, but also AX on-premise too. So the eligibility criteria has always been you need an enhancement plan, and the value of that enhancement plan, annual value, that is key for us calculating what that first order needs to be in the Bridge to Cloud 3 world. Okay, so it needs to equal the annual amount or eclipse it for the first order, and then you can add incrementally moving forward for a 3-year period. So that's the first big point. Now, some of the ineligibility that used to catch customers out is that if you brought a full fat license before, that would catch you out, and they'd say, I'm sorry, Mr. Customer, you can't have Bridge to Cloud now because you've brought the full version of that product. That's changed, which is okay, good. Which is a godsend, because a lot of the time customers would do that without the intention of doing any harm. They just wanted a little play with it before they went onto it. So free trials are accepted. You can have a free trial, and then you can buy a couple of licenses if you want to extend that trial. But as long as it's under 10% of the annual value, you're good to go. So the new dates are going to be January 2026. So, just taking over, so as Bridge to Cloud 2.
Seamless transfers.
Seamless transfers. I like that. Yeah, seamless transfers. And then in 2026, 1st of January, I don't think there will be many people at work then. I think it works really nicely this year. If you book that 1st of January off, you don't have to go back to the 5th then. So, because that falls on a Friday. So nice. There's a tip for you.
Yeah. Just a point on the eligibility for the enhancement plan.
Yes.
That obviously is a bit of a stumbling block for customers. So how do they get ahead of the curve? How do they check? And if they don't have one, is there a way that they would be able to backdate so they fall into a legible state, I suppose?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. You definitely, if you don't have one, talk to Microsoft and get an enhancement plan and get that annual value, that annual commitment sorted. I mean, enhancement plans they're vital for the health of your on-premise environment anyway, because you need to have the latest updates and the latest bug fixes. You need to have support as well for that environment. So that the enhancement plan gives you all of those benefits. So you should have those in place anyway if you're running, if you value your business basically. So yes, if get on that, but if your enhancement plan has lapsed within 30 days, don't worry. As long as we're in that 30 days, we can make that handshake with Bridge to Cloud 3 and that will take over. But the transition from on-prem to cloud doesn't happen straight away. So you need to buy licenses still potentially. So the good news is you get 50% off those licenses once you've committed to bridge to cloud. So if you're still running that on-premise environment and need to add users, you get 50% off those on-prem users, which is good. And then you've got 3 years to transition. That's a really good deal. Even at 30%, it's a really good deal.
And am I right in thinking that all of the SaaS Business Central licenses are dual rights?
They are dual rights. That is correct. Yes. So if you have a Business Central on-premise environment, you can buy SaaS licenses, and it will cover you for both. Again, that's a great nugget of information. Yeah.
So, shall we talk about the new Microsoft incentives for the FY26?
Yes.
What they look like, how they differ to last year's incentives.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of the narrative coming out of Microsoft was that, was it the cost of licenses that was really holding users back from moving to the cloud? Or was it the cost of the implementation? I think that's an important question, and we have to look at the data and talk to these end users. There are some stubborn estates that are still on-prem, and I think the new pre-sales incentives that again put money in the implementation phase are really key to, as a catalyst to get those going and get that. A lot of them you can't combine with bridge to cloud, so it's going to be one or the other. And there are incentives for different size companies, and certainly one that I've seen that's caught my eye is the voucher scheme. So that can give you up to 150K of professional services in that implementation phase. You do have to have quite a healthy license consumption at the end of it, and there is a criteria for that, but that will certainly help getting some of those larger estates into the cloud for sure. But yes, the pre-sales incentives have always been key to customers having a detailed, in-depth look at what a move to Business Central looks like, and especially when we talk about on-prem to cloud, that's not a simple conversation. So the money that Microsoft put into that pre-sales phase is key to those workshops, and our partners can go in there for a week or so. I think that the funding just about covers that, where they can essentially have a detailed look under the hood and then put a proposal together, say, right, this is a high level look of what this would look like. And it just helps generate that conversation, and, all funded by Microsoft. And that's really key. We've talked about getting from on-prem, to Business Central SaaS. Business Central has obviously been a hero product of Microsoft's for the last couple of years, and this financial year, it's pretty much the same. Business Central, we really want to help the UK grow that and get users, not from on-premise to using the bridge to cloud, but also from its competitors, who've potentially dropped the ball or not developed their product like it has. But there's a bit of news, isn't there, with Business Central?
So you're going to name drop any of those competitors?
I'm probably not. No, don't fancy any kind of
legal action.
Yeah, any legal or libel letters.
Yeah.
We'll just talk about how great Business Central is.
Sure.
But there's some news, isn't there, to do with the price that we thought was coming this month. But,
yes. There has. It's actually been delayed from the 1st of October to the 1st of November.
Yeah.
But there obviously hasn't been a price increase on Business Central for a good number of years.
No, it's been quite a stable product for a number of years in terms of price. But the latest enhancements, obviously, with Copilot, in the Wave, the latest
storage capacity being increased.
Yeah, it really has had a lot of dollars worth of development, and it's the time we had Power BI a few months ago, and it's Business Central's turn now, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't have the exact prices, do we, Stephen? But they are in the region of 12.5%. And if you're a partner of ours, reach out, and we'll let you know what those exact prices are nearer the time. But yeah, 1st of November, so that's one for the calendar, isn't it? Yeah. So there's a nice way to avoid these, actually, isn't there?
There is.
Yeah, there is. So if you're a D365 house or an MSP, and your customer's about to go live on Business Central, just get that first purchase in before the end of October, on an annual commit, and
Or a 3-year commit.
Or a 3-year commit, yeah. It depends. Yeah, absolutely. It depends how your FD's feeling on the day, I guess. But yeah, that will help secure the price then for the term of that, and then obviously you can just flex up and co-term, on Xvantage, which is great. So that's one savvy way to avoid the price increase. Okay, so. On the subject of latest announcements, I feel there's been so many.
There has.
There has, hasn't there? So
obviously, with Microsoft's new financial year, this is the busiest time for updates.
It is
latest and greatest, isn't it? So
it is a lot of literature to get through, a lot of translation, of that literature to so we can explain that jargon free to our clients. But I think a big one and probably another great reason of MSPs getting involved in BizApps is the new 25-point rule. So points mean prizes, and for MSPs they need to sit up and take note of this one, don't they? Because 25 points actually now gets you rebates on Dynamics 365 and Power Platform products, which is great, isn't there? And points mean prizes, and there are many ways of getting those points, aren't there, Steve?
Yeah, absolutely. Skilling is probably the easiest way to get there. Okay. Microsoft are actually have released a certification week, which covers off Dynamics courses, Power Platform courses.
All eligible, for skilling,
You can get a maximum of 20 points for taking those intermediate courses, and there are advanced certs as certifications that you can take as well to increase that further. Obviously, 20 points is 5 points away from getting your rebates, so not all partners start at 0.
No.
If you've added a customer here and there without knowing, there's a very good chance that you're going to be above 5, 6 or 7 starting off anyway.
And this is what we find with MSPs. When we start to look under the hood, they're already transacting Dynamics 365 and Power Platform with their customers without even knowing it. And so they'll have customer ads in there, and like you say, there'll be some points to go at. So top that up with 20 on the skilling, and you're there. And once you're there, you can earn a 4% core rebate on any license. Okay, so you're going to sell a Dynamics 365 or Power Platform SKU, you're going to get 4% of that. If you've sold them any finance and operations, that's 7%, and then 8% for Business Central. And what Microsoft have done this financial year is put in a growth accelerator. So 7.5% they're going to get back if their customers grow on that application. Again, all money back into the business, which is great news. Just 25 points for that. So if we were sat in this chair last year, you'd have to have 70 points in that category to talk about rebates and the rest of everything else you get with that. So we really welcome that move from Microsoft, and it's going to help MSPs focus in that area, which is great. Okay, so next in the calendar, we need to talk about. We're going on a little trip, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah, which I look forward to every year, by the way.
Yeah. First time for me. So we're attending Directions.
Brilliant.
Is there an official name for it?
I think Directions for Partners is the full name. But Directions for if you're in the Call Club. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So we've got a silver stand, which obviously is gives us a little bit of face time, and we can present. We're doing a presentation, aren't we?
We certainly are, yeah. We've got a 45-minute slot. So we are combining our team at the UK. So Stephen and I are making the trip to Poznań in Poland as it is this year. We're teaming up with our Netherlands team, and we're going to do a presentation on partner to partner, and if you want to start a practice, how Ingram Micro can help you do that with the tools that we have here. But as you mentioned, we're silver sponsors. We've got a big stand, and if you are attending that event, don't be shy, come and see us. We've got a little social event planned as well, where we're going to take some of our partners on a tour around Poznań, and it's really cool actually, because it's a 3-course meal but not at the same place. So you have your starter at one place, and then you have a little tour, guided tour. This is this building, that's that building, this is what used to happen here, and they dress up in traditional Polish garb, and then you have your main course at one place, and then obviously there's the famous Polish beer as well.
I was just about to talk about the light refreshments around the tour as well.
The refreshments are good. Absolutely. So if any of our partners would like to come along to Poznań in Poland, the dates are November the 4th until the 6th, and the footfall grows there every year. So 3,500 people were there last year in Vienna. It was last year, another beautiful city. And you get everybody from Dynamics 365 and Power Platform partners. You have ISVs there. You have indirects, or officially distributors. Our names are again now. So we've gone from distributors to indirects, back to distributors now. But everybody's there from the Business Central world, and what I love about it is you get to find out the future of the product. So there's plenty of seminars, and the good thing is you can download the Directions for Partners app, and you can choose the seminars that you want to be in, relative to how your company is progressing in that space. So if you want to find out a little bit more about the Copilot features within Business Central, go along to that. If you're building Power Platforms solutions off the back of Business Central, there might be something on how to use Power Automate within Business Central. So it caters for everybody. And on the subject of catering, the catering is that's not the only reason I attend these events, but the Directions for Partners party it's fantastic. But
be one to remember.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I don't know if you know, Stephen, but should I tell you this or not? No.
Yeah.
Or should I leave it as a surprise? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. There's actually a Business Central song, believe it or not, and it's quite catchy. Okay. I mean, that's.
Do I need to learn it like the national anthem before I go, or
do you know? Yeah, and I think you've got to put your hand on your chest and really salute the product, because it looks after a lot of our income, doesn't it? So, but no, all of the people who are involved in Directions for Partners get up on stage and sing this, and I think it's karaoke style, and the words do come up. So yeah,
is that individually or as a whole?
As a whole, that is.
Good.
Yeah, as a whole, yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, my voice isn't the best. So,
yeah,
that's good news for everybody. So moving on to again, probably some sad news. We've got some famous exams that are coming to an end, haven't we, at the end of this year?
Yeah. So there's actually no official replacement for them yet, but it's going to be focused more around AI, Copilot, etc. But MB 910, which I've recently passed, and MB 920 are being retired, but it doesn't stop you from taking them. You'll never be able to take the certification away. So if you get it before the 31st of December 2025, it's still valid, and you've still passed the exam. But from the 1st of January, it'll be no longer.
It's gone. It'll be a
legacy. I think Microsoft are obviously going to be updating the certification pass. They want to make the learning a lot easier, and more relevant to business, day-to-day business.
So. More specific. And I think if you look at the Power Platform certifications, they're very granular on which area of the Power Platform that you're trying to learn in. So more role specific. Easy for me to say, role specific. To that workload. But yes, along with the MS 900 as well. I have all three of those certifications, so all of them dropping off, I feel like I need to get my head back in the study books on Microsoft Learn. But yes, they'll be officially retired, so that's another date for the diary, isn't it?
It is.
Brilliant. So I guess just to summarise and just to cap off, how can we help our partners on that journey, and what are some of the day-to-day activities that we do that can...
For sure. Yeah. Well, just talking from experience, things that I've been involved in, we can come to site. We can offer kind of vendor village days and go through the whole suite of Dynamics.
Love that term, vendor village.
Yes. Provide all of the product knowledge, train your sales staff to look out for competitors, for example, and kind of phrases that maybe that your customers or clients are saying, and just to flag it and say, okay, so if you are saying that, how do we address it? What's the next step for the sales team? Other things is that you've actually you've supported partners at events.
I have, yes. So we've attended some events recently, again on behalf of our partners. So we did the Smart Manufacturing event at the NEC in Birmingham, obviously very local to me, so that's handy. But I was on the stall as a Dynamics 365 Business Central expert. So if somebody wanted to come up and talk about Business Central, so we assisted our partner generate quite a few leads from that event. So we can attend events. We can do call-out days, so we have a bit of funding available if we want to kind of keep the energy up and have some prizes and maybe set some targets for staff to generate leads. We can do that. We're in the webinar space as well, aren't we, Stephen? We've done one-to-many webinars, which have gone very well, and nowadays you can record them. They're always there to look back on and cringe, and in
a couple of years' time, maybe.
In a couple of years' time, whenever you're comfortable on doing that. But I think there's no real limit to what we want to, as I mentioned already, we want to help you grow as much as possible. We want to grow as well. So essentially you can bend us out of shape. You can do whatever you want. You can paint us different colors with we'll do within reason what it takes to help you secure that business wherever you are on your journey. And I think every partner is unique. They'll be at a different stage of their Dynamics 365 journey, and that's important. And I think it's that one-to-one care that we give to our clients, which really sets us apart. To sit down and talk about what they need next, and that will be different from company to company. So to recap, we've got some important dates coming up, and the first date isn't actually anything to do with Dynamics 365, but we're going back to the Space Centre, aren't we, in Leicester?
To talk about AI and security.
Very important.
So we've got a couple of people from Microsoft coming over from the States to deliver training on the 7th and 8th of October. Your Modern Work PDM will be in touch to get you signed up for that.
Get you signed up, and learn a little bit whilst you're there. A bit of culture. The Space Centre is a very cool place to visit. And the guys coming over from the States, they did agent training for us a couple of months ago. Very well received. They know their onions when it comes to Microsoft. AI and security, even though it's not Dynamics 365, it's in the same world.
It's going to start integrating.
Yep. So absolutely. So we have obviously AI enhanced products, and obviously security. Dynamics 365 takes its security from the best in class Microsoft security. So all lives in the same ecosystem. So that's important.
I think key topics within that is going to be Purview, Microsoft 365 Business Premium, and E5 security.
Brilliant. So if any of that is on your agenda to learn, come and see us on the 8th of October at Leicester Space Centre. Get signed up through that. We can help you with that. Then the next date chronologically is the 1st of November. That's when we've got the
price increases. So
12.5%-ish across the Business Central suite. And then November the 4th to the 6th is Directions for Partners in Poznań, Poland. Yep.
And then Bridge to the Cloud 2 is ending on the 31st of December 2025. Finally, the 1st of January, Bridge to Cloud 3.
Bridge to Cloud 3 starts. So they're the key dates for your diaries. Get them in there. And if you'd like a little bit more information on the topics that we've discussed today, please reach out to us on Teams, email, or old-fashioned pick up the phone. And we're available. But Stephen, this has been great.
Yes.
It's been great to be given a platform to talk about Dynamics 365. Thank you for joining me in this.
Thank you.